Hallo, ek is Iti. Welkom by my kanaal waar ons als saam doen. Welcome to the next vocabulary video, and this one about creatures/animals you might find on a farm. It's not all of the animals, I'm sure. And again, if you have other animals that you might find on a farm that you would like me to give you the Afrikaans name of that I didn't mention, please tell me in the comment section and I will try my best to give you the right translation for those words. But now we're looking at farm animals. And now these, and it's like livestock, are called levende hawe. But we also refer to them as veer. Veer also being the verb for sweeping, but as a noun, it refers to livestock. It also can refer to cattle. So you'll find Afrikaans-speaking people using the word veer besides the verb to mean a livestock, that's all of the livestock or a lot of livestock, or we refer to cattle as veer. So it is a multi-purpose word, and it's not wrong if you use it in relation to like livestock or cattle. So over there we have bees, and the plural beeste, which means bovine or bovines, or simply cattle. You hear us use beeste a lot. I think that will be the major word we use in relation to anything cow-like or bovine-like. But they can also just be called veer, which is cattle. Down there at the bottom, we have two pictures. We have a picture of a male bovine. This one is a bull, or when neutered, it is an ox. And then we also have koei, which is a cow. And on the right-hand side, we have poultry. And the Afrikaans word for poultry is pluimvee. Now we'll look at poultry a little bit later in the video again, and I'll give you some more terms. But pluim, the beginning of that word, refer to the plumage, the feathers. That's what I think. So pluimvee, if you want to remember it like that, that pluim is the feathers. And then it's like feather livestock. Skaap and skape, sheep and sheep. Then we have vark, which is a pig. And then we have the word bok. Bok is a little bit loaded in the sense that it's the general bok. When we use the word bok in Afrikaans, it can refer to the bok that you know as like the one on the farm, like the goat can be a bok, a deer can be a bok, and all of the others like your antelope and your this and your that, springboks, which are bucks in English in South Africa, we call them bucks. And I know buck also refers to a male deer, but we also use the translation for the word springbok for that specific type of deer is springbok, and it doesn't refer to the male, it refers to the actual animal. So bok is the general term for all of those things. Any kind of bok-like creature is a bok in Afrikaans. And then if you want to be more specific, you will call them by their given names, like an antelope and a springbok and a this and a this. So there is the general bok, which will include a goat, a deer, bucks, and whatever. And then you can be more specific and call them by their very specific names. And then the boerbok, which means farmer's goat. Boerbok, or farmer buck, that's a goat. So in South Africa, boerbokke, those are the goats you find on the farm. All right, so now here we have the horse-like creatures. Down at the bottom left, we have perd. Perd is a horse. Bottom right, we have donkey. Donkey is a donkey. But then we have the mix, and that is a muil. Muil is a mule. Here we get to pluimvee, which is poultry. We have the general chicken, which is a hoender. Hoender, but when we speak, we usually say hoender, and we leave out the D. So if you hear hoender and you're wondering, that is hoender, but we leave out the D for the sake of comfort and speed. So it's fine either way. The rooster is a haan. Haan. And then hen, it's the same as the English, hen, which is the female, hoender. Then there at the bottom in the middle we have tarantal. Tarantal, which is your guinea fowl. And then at the top right we have eend. Eend is a duck. Below that, gans. Gans, goose or geese, ganse, geese. Gans, goose. And then we have kalkoen. Kalkoen is a turkey. The cute ones, konijn. Konijn is your rabbit or your bunny. Then we have haas. Haas is your hare. Below that, emu. 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 That is your emu. And then on the top right, alpaca. Alpaca, which is your alpaca. And then below that, llama with one L is the Afrikaans one for llama in English with two L's. And then the last one, volstruis. Volstruis is an ostrich. And then lastly, some of the other creatures you will also find on a farm. Hond. Hond is a dog. And that includes female and male. Then we have skaaphond. Skaaphond, your sheepdog. And then kat, cat. And then we have what we call, and you can use either term, beeshond, which is like cattle dog, bovine dog, or herdershond. That's both of those are cattle dog. Your herdershond is like your protector dog, which is the same technically as a cattle dog. But you can use either term beeshond or herdershond. And again, herdershond also does not include only your healers and those specific cattle dog. It does actually include some of the other dogs that protect livestock as well. Cool. So that was then some of the animals you find on a farm. Please let me know if there are any other terms related to farm animals that I left out that you would want the translation for. And as always, any suggestions or requests for videos, leave it in the comments section. It really helps me so much to have your requests because then I know what's really needed. So I welcome all requests and all suggestions. Have a lovely day. I'll see you in the next video.